Good morning and welcome to another video of Python. Okay, let's start. So on the previous video we have gone through what is pre-Python, related items, topics. Okay, these videos you can get it, and Python fundamentals. In this actually we discussed a little bit about, we went through a little bit about data types. That is what we will be doing, we will be going through right away. Okay, so come to something called as the data types, and we will also go through few of the methods of string. Okay, we will go through what is that, but let's start. Okay, what is data type? So to organize the data what we work on in Python, we call different data types. We have different data types, right? The good part of this one, like we can allocate proper memory, we can have we know that this is the data type, and we can perform different tasks on it using different methods. So that's why we have different data types. We have custom data types as well. In this documentation you get far more than needed one, but this is on the documentation side, that's why we have it. We'll go through the most regular one, and the other one, if you are interested, you can explore around. Okay, let's start with the integer data type. So in other language, usually we need to define how much memory we need to allocate for a data type. We need to, when we create a variable, we have to predefine that one. Not in Python. Okay, Python can automatically understand based on data what is the data type is. Okay, so if you see, we have given a variable called age. Okay, in the further video we also go through what are the variables and how do you name a variable, all those things, but for now let's focus on the data type. Okay, so one of the data type is called integer. Okay, so we don't have to by default define the data type, but what really it works is, like, based on the data type, Python interpreter automatically identify and allocate it. More or less, when we give a data, right, it actually get a memory point, and the variable is nothing but addressing to the memory variable. Okay, we'll go through that one, and later on there is something called as id. We explore what is that actually. Okay, so we created a variable called age, and we have assigned a value 25, right? So the assignment operation, we use a single is equal to. Okay, now this data type can have all these different numerical data. Okay, so, and this is the type function where we can find it out what type of the data it is actually carrying, the variable carrying. So let's see, we'll try this one. We'll go for example on the data type. Okay, let's create a file 010 data type 1. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, and what is that you can expect the output? It says type. Okay, so if I do Python 3 and 010 data type 1, it says integer because it's an integer type. Okay, let's try this one, right? If I do type print, okay, id within that AE, what is that we are seeing it? Let's see. Okay, if you see, this is what a memory point. Now, as I was telling, right, it's a data that resides, that's point to a memory point, not the edge. So now if I give new age also another variable and point to 25, really actually it's not going to create a new address point rather than memory address, rather than it will give the same thing. Let's convert to new age. Okay, and execute it. See, we are actually getting the same thing. It's so these are the actually address point to reach up to that. Okay, fine. Let's see what is the next example. You got it. Why it is int? Because Python automatically identified based on the data. It is there. Now, if I want to give this one instead of 25, let's say Amit. Okay, it's obviously it's not age, but for trying it out. Okay, so it's a string, right? That's how you can figure it out. Okay, fine. Let's convert back 25. Fair enough. Good. Now, if you try again, so this is one of the data type called integer. So like that, we have something called as float data type. What is the float data type? If you want to keep a data with the decimal points, that's the float data type. So let's see. We'll try this one. Okay. So we create another file. 011 underscore data type 2 dot py. Okay, let's save the file and save it. Okay, so in this example, let's run it. Okay, you see this is a float data type. The interesting things are there over the course we'll go through. For example, what will happen if I do the divide in the mathematical operation. If we do over the course, we'll see how exactly those things are there. Okay, now complex data type. This so far I have not used directly, honestly. From mathematical things we can get it, but let's see how exactly. Okay, so we'll create another file. 012 data type complex.py. Okay, so let's execute it. Python 3 and 012. Okay, it says complex data type. So obviously the data types it's getting identified automatically. The boolean, it's true false data. Okay, so if you remember, I tried something like capital A greater than small a, right? Those example. So this is what actually it's reflected as bool. So bool is either true or false. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what it will say, these are data types only it will return. Okay, see, we are getting bool is another data type, boolean. Okay, like that we have string, and the string data types you have to put it within the quote, either single quote or double quote. It's absolutely fine, but you have to. But in integer and float, you don't have to do that. Neither even the float, neither even the bool. Okay, boolean data type. So this is one of the data type. Okay, let's go for another example. 014 underscore data type underscore string dot py. Okay, we'll clear it. Python 3. Okay, 014 data types. It is string. Okay, hope you are getting some idea about the data type that we use mostly. Okay, let's go for the next one. This is one of the key things, a list. When you have to work with multiple different type of data, but you should be able to modify that one. For that we use list. The list is like this. It start with square open bracket and square close bracket. Within that you have different data types. If it is string, it need to be within the quote. If it is integer or float, no need, all those things. Okay, but this is something called as mutable. What is mutable? When you can change a particular data within a data type, that's called mutable. Okay, you can recreate in any way, but if you can't change it, it's called immutable. For example, we have tuple, right? This is an immutable data type. Let's try this one. Later on, we go through few of the method. We'll start with the string, and later on, rest of these little bit methods we'll go for. While going through methods, I'll explain what is that. Fine. Okay, let's create one of the method. Okay, let's create one of the list data types, right? Okay, so the list is like this. Obviously, you can create an empty list that we'll see. Okay, how exactly we can run it? We can check that one, the data type. Okay, it's a list. So list, remember, it's a mutable one. It means you can change, and this is what it looks like. Okay, the next one, let's see if you can change this one, right? So okay, in Python or most of the programming language, the first index start with 0. Okay, so as if the first index starts with 0, that's how we are using 0. So if you see in this example, right, in the previous example, the first index value is it's 0, 1 and 2. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to change, okay, update the first place argument, which is fruit 0. Fruits is the list. So the 0th element index, that's called apple. We want to assign that one to orange. Okay, so we are trying to update it to check whether it's a mutable data or not. Okay, so if we do that, let's do a print of this one before also, so that you can identify. Okay, so not only you can identify the data type, the type is list. Earlier it was apple, banana and mango. Later on we updated that one, so we gave the first index point over here from the list called fruits, and we assigned the value. And after update, the value is orange. Okay, so this is the example of list, one of the update. We have different methods. We'll go through method section. Okay? Just give some time. Okay, let's go through tuple. What is tuple? It's similar to list, but we can't change the value. Why we have? Sometimes we want to give, we want to keep record something we don't want to change. For example, a marks, right? Once the exam is final, done, everything should be written fixed once. It should not be changing. That's where we'll be using a list. Okay, let's try that one. So 016 data type tuple dot py. Okay, the list and tuple difference is in the list it would be a square open and close bracket. Over here it's a moon. Okay, let's try 016. Fine, you got it. Now if I want to see the content, print numbers, new MVRS numbers. Okay, let's try run again. Fine. Okay, now as you have given, we cannot, should not be able to change that one. Let's try it out. Okay, so over here we try to assign the new value, right? Okay, so the first index value was 10, want to assign 100 out of it, and after that I should be able to print it. But because it will give error, you will not have even have to reach up to that. Let's try. Okay, what it says, the data type is tuple, that's what it comes over here. The second one is all the tuple values, that's coming from here. Okay, and then we got the error, type error called tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, that's how we come to know thus that in tuple you will not be able to change anything. You can recreate, yes, but you can't change. Okay. Hope this is good. Let me comment this one. Okay, fine. Now, good. Recreate in the sense I can do this one. Okay. Let's say I can assign 100 and then print it over here. Fine. Let's try. Okay, hopefully you get it. How about the memory? Let's say if I type print, okay, ID and numbers. Okay, let's try this one also. And let's try executing. Fine. The memory address are different. Clear? Okay. Good. What is range? I'm not so sure we'll directly get this one as a data type, but this is something you might use. Okay, and this is how you'll use it. So I'll write 017 range by create this one. It will give you a list, right? It's setup number, it should print it out, right? Python 3. Okay, it's actually converting to the list, right? If you see, we're converting to the list. Let's execute and we'll play around. 017, fine, it's making a list. But let's say if I try to do this print, okay, within this type and within this, what do you think what it's supposed to say? It's a range data type. Okay, so we can say like range also is a data type, and because we are seeing like this. Okay, good. What is set? Let's play around set data type. Okay, you see this set is with open and close curly bracket, but there is something called as dictionary also, right? We'll go through that one. Dictionary, how exactly it comes, but it comes with key value. But in the set, we don't have key value assignment. This is how the set is. So what set do? It give you the unique number, duplicate value, to remove it. Okay, so let's go for this one. 018 set dot py. Okay, let's print Python 3 018. Okay, let's say if I want to print, what it will print? Print numbers. Fine. So what will happen if I try with multiple numbers of the same thing, right? Let's see how exactly it is. This one is doing. See over here, these are the duplicates number. So this duplicates number has been removed. Okay, so set is also a data type. Got it? This is frozen set, immutable version of set. So this is mutable in the sense you can change it. This you can't change it. Let's see. Okay, 019, and it's called frozen. Sorry, name it frozen set py. Okay, so 019 clear screen. Fine. Okay, if I type what is that? Try typing print type and data. Okay, this will give you the data type, right? Frozen set. So frozen set, if you see, it's called, it's the way is it's list, and within the list actually it's part of the tuple. Okay, because tuple is immutable. That's how you are getting this one. Fair enough. Hope you are getting it up. Okay, if not, anyway the notes is there, you can practice in the notes. Okay, so mapping data type, okay, or called dictionary. This is one of the data type that most of the time we'll use it. Okay, so it store this have a key value data type. So it will not give you in a sequence, but you get it actually when you try to do the output, but you can fetch from the key. So the first one is called key and these are called values. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, 020 underscore datatype dictionary based. Okay, dct.py. Okay, let's see Python 3. Clear the screen. Got it. Let's see if I want to type what exactly it looks like. Okay, student. See, okay. So in this you can actually get a particular value. For example, I want to only get a particular key. Okay, so what you will do, print this is the dictionary type or dictionary variable name, and this is the key that you want to find the value of it. Okay, there is you can get all the keys also from a dictionary. You can get only the values of it dictionaries. That's all possible. Let's try this one. Okay, so this one, see, I'm looking for just name, that's why I called John. If I want only the age, it will called age. Okay, so this is what the dictionary about. Okay, the rest these other things you can try playing around. Okay, and for example, this is one of the byte array. So you provide a decimal number and then it actually give you that one 021. But this is what you might not be using in general. Okay, so Python 3 021. Okay, so you have given it's capital A, this one, right? So 97, if I so 98, okay, this would be a small b. Then let's try that. Okay, small b. If I want to this one, it would be 99. Okay, got it. So this is the ASCII number what you are seeing. Let's go to the ASCII table. Okay, you can see the ASCII table, right? 97, 98 and 65. 65, what is that you are seeing? Capital A. Okay, over here 65 capital A. 98 you can see small b, and 99 small c. Okay, good, nice. What next we can get on this? So now that most of the data type you can see, right? Let's see what is this guy is doing. You don't need all those things. Okay, but yes, we have the notes. Let's see. Go to memory.py type. Okay, put the code and Python 022, right? Giving you where exactly it is there. So what will happen if I take print ID and data? ID also goes for the memory, right? It's giving something else, probably some other way of number. Okay, but let's see, this is what it is. Okay, fine. So these are the different data types you can see. Okay, there is something called as null. Okay, non-value data type, non-type it will give you. You can play around. You can use the custom data type as well. Okay, so for example, we are creating a class. So eventually the data type is nothing but again we are predefining class. Okay, the class, all those things will come later, but this is what it is. Okay, this is the quick table of that one. How exactly you can do all these data types. Okay, so this is what you are trying to do, a concatenate operation with number, and this one you get type error. How exactly you change, this is called typecasting. When you change the data type, if it is permutable, okay, it's called typecasting. Okay, so it's written typecasting, right? Let's see typecasting. Okay, 23, new file. Typecasting. It a fancy name, but it's nothing. We assigned a integer variable. Okay, later on we change that one to string, and then we want to see that one. Okay, so clear the screen. Python 3023. Okay, earlier it was. So let's see if I type over here, right? Print type and ag. Okay, so let's go through. Earlier it was integer. We change the type with this function called string over here, and then we see it as this one. Let's say what will happen if I type this one, if I do float age. Okay, never use any keyword as your variable name. And we'll do this again. Print okay, print type okay, and the variable name need to be exactly same. Let's try running this one. So the default one was integer. Later on we made it string with the string function. Okay, and later on we made it a float. Okay, so this is called typecasting. Fine. What next? String to integer, if possible, yes, this is how you do it. Okay, so this is actually integer, but you are using within the code, that's why it becomes string. Okay, integer to float, we tried it out. Float to integer, as long as it is possible, you can able to change it. Okay, list to tuple, you can change it. Okay, and tuple to list. So these are the examples we can try around. Now common casting mistakes. You got it a 10.5, right? This is a value error. You can't actually change that one, but this is a small mathematical operations are there. You can see how exactly that works out. Okay, this is the mistakes. We can't change a HELLO string to integer, right? That's what it is showing. Okay, now let's read about something called as functions. Okay, string functions. Technically, its other name is called methods. Okay, there's a subtle difference between function and method. We can come across that one a little bit later. Okay, so if you see, we got 0 to 3, let's say 0 to 4. Okay, method, fine. Okay, so if you see, I want to change the Python string all capital. How will I do this? This is variable, I'm writing the name variable, the content Python, and I want this one to be all changed to uppercase. So now this, if you see this one, right, this is called method. So what really method is it's a function, but it acts on a given data, right? So this particular function is acting on this particular variable which carries some data, which is this Python. Because it acts on a given data, I'm telling this one as method. Okay, so now let's run it. Python 024. Okay, sorry, it's Python 324. Clear the screen, enter. See, everything upper. So these methods are there. So you get different methods for string, tuple, list, everything is there. You can search around a little bit more about that one. Okay, so what this one is doing, it makes everything smaller, whatever you do. Title one, it makes the first character P over here, Python P, and program P as capital. Capitalize, this is what the first one it's doing. So uppercase, the small one to capital, capital to small, it reverse it. Okay, so this will remove both the spaces front and back. So this you might like to have a look. Okay, let's try. I'll remove this one, I'll comment the above. Okay, and try it out. Okay, so if I don't stripe it, it will just have this space. There is something called as L stripe, left stripe, right stripe, all those things. This is what that. Okay, remove the right one, remove the left one. That's why you have it. And stripe, it will remove all the blank spaces. So this is what it will do. Okay, so replace is another string function. Okay, so let's comment this one properly. Okay, this is another one. We'll try with the example commenting this one. Okay, now this one we are trying, right? Okay, it was having Java, we changed Java to Python with a replace string type or method, string methods, right? This is another one. We are splitting this text and it's giving a different data type, right? You can try this, join, you can add different things. So what exactly it replace the comma and make it this one. So all this thing, you can find the index number. If you see this one, what is the find it's doing, it will give you a input number, right? So it returning you a number. The number is nothing but the index position of that particular character, right? So this is 0, 1, P is 0, Y is 1, T is 2, right? So if I execute this one, so because T is coming on the second position, I mean third number, which is 0, 1, 2, that's why we are getting this one. What will happen if I type N? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's see. Hope you are clear, right? You can also represent this one in a reverse way. Okay, so this is what exactly you can see this one. Okay, index also giving you the number of that one. Start with, it's giving you a binary. So these are different string methods that you can play around. Okay, like this string method, we have different things are there. Okay, so you can play. So this is a little bit difference between what is a function and a method, right? Okay, fine, len, upper, all those things. Hope you got some idea. This is your homework that you can try it out. Okay, and yeah, that's all. So hope you get some idea about different data type and a little bit difference between what is function and method, and using different string method within the string data type. Fine. Okay, hope you have a good learning. Anyway, you can see all this thing in practical one with the book notes, and you can try around and comment me if you need some other information. will try to help. Okay. Happy learning. Bye.